Hey guys, Ebike Erik here, and I'm excited. This is the video that I've been waiting to get out and to share, and it's going to be all about my e-bike and how I put it all together, all the DIY stuff that I did, and how I made it to be the delivery beast that it is, with my dual batteries, which can give me about 100-mile range or so. Yeah, and I'm taking a trip off grid up the coast, and I'm gonna have solar panels, a solar bank, and a few other things. I'll be taking a guitar with me, so I'll be playing music as I go, and then documenting the trip on my YouTube channel, Ebike Erik. So if you'd like to donate, please do, and I have a link in the description for that. So then you can follow along and be a part of that trip as I go. And so appreciate you for that. And so let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to go from front to back on everything that I've done with the bike, and then more. So all right, let's get into it. All right, so this is my basket that I got from Target. So that's the front basket right here that has my lunchbox, which has a bungee cord strapped around that actually stabilizes this. This kind of moves a little bit, you know, bounces around, and as you can see here, I have conduit that is on a T right here, and then on the other side the same thing, and that conduit's strapped to the to the basket, both baskets. So this basket is the RadPower basket. It's from the RadPower website. So it has 4 screw points that are meant for the bike on the front here. So this is really stable. It can hold up to 25 pounds. So this doesn't really move. As you can see, you know, I'm shaking this and this moves. So I'm okay with that. It's fine. This kind of bounces a little bit. I have a drink here, you know, usually just like a bottle of water. And as you can see here, I have these straps, and this is what keeps this from falling this way, because there's nothing really over here keeping this weight from falling. So have these metal straps on both sides strapped to the basket. So since the basket's secured, it's not gonna, you know, it's gonna make sure that this stays level. And then if it ever moves at all, I just, you know, have my screwdriver and I can just adjust this and screw it a little bit tighter or loosen it. So that is that. And then right here, as you can see, I have a little box here, lunch box. This is actually a drink holder. So I have 6 spots for drinks. I can put like a large drink. I put like large McDonald's drinks. I put coffee in there, and it works perfectly fine. It does work better, you know, when you get the coffee, as long as the places kind of have something that has a plug in, you know, over the holes or something at least. You know, I don't know why they have you deliver coffee and they don't secure it. You know, I think maybe Starbucks does that. So, okay, and that is the first part of the bike, and so let's get into the display and what's going on in the front of the bike here. So, all right, let's switch gears. Okay, so right here I have my phone holder, and this has some straps on it. I got this at Walmart so that it keeps it secure. Got to make sure that your phone doesn't fall off your bike. That's very important. Right here I have a mirror, and that is very helpful for being at visibility, and so I would actually recommend getting one on the right side as well. I don't have one yet, but I will be getting one soon. Now here I have my little bags here, and this actually holds my LED lights, my LED remotes, and my headphones. So I just have that there. And then this is my phone charger that I have looped up here, and I just have enough hanging here that's always right here positioned where my phone is, so that's convenient. And then it goes down here. Now I'm going to show you that this is my better position here. as you can see right here, and it's charging the GoPro as we're speaking right here, and it's this device, and it's actually, there's a as you can see, this is a master lock, and it's locking this to the basket, and then there's another lock here that locks this basket to the frame. So that's another security measure. I just always leave this out, and this is pretty secure. It's got a little metal loop here for a lock, so that's convenient. And then I also plug in my LED light right there, which I'm going to show you guys in a second. So I'm going to unplug that. So that's not gonna, might as well just plug it in. So here we go. All right, there it is. Okay, now that's lit up. So okay, now I'm going to show you the rest of what I'm doing here, and the next thing is going to be the way that I lock my bike up. And so, all right, let's show you how that works. All right, so right now I'm going to show you guys right here. This is my U-lock that I have locked to the frame, and it's locking the tire on the frame. So that is meant so that nobody can ride off with it, basically. And this is another thing where, since I just leave it here sitting with a double kickstand, I can just have it sitting here like a motorcycle kind of. So I basically just leave it here locked up in a visible place, usually if I can in front of security or whatever, but always just in a very visible place where people are around or whatnot, and I might be gone for 3-5 minutes. You know, I never really leave it for very long, but I try to lock it. I will lock this, you know, to another part of the bike over here, you know, and that'll go to like a bike lock that's, you know, out in when I want to lock it up to something. Yeah, there's that. And then I want to show you guys this here. This is the original RadPower battery, and this is the stock battery that I just installed recently. So now I have more than double my range. This battery is 20.5 amp hours, 52 volt. This is 48 volt, and it has 14 amp hours. So that is giving me, that's how much, it'll tell you how much more it's giving me. So we're looking at close to about 100 miles per range between these two batteries. So pretty significant. And then I'm going to just go ahead and take this battery off. So we can see a couple things. And one thing is, this was an interesting thing where, if you can kind of see this, is right in here, there's really no space left, but it just gave me enough to be able to pull this off, and then I can slide it right back on, and I'll show you the convenience of that. So basically what we have here is the battery frame that holds the battery. This is actually a bottle cage holder, optional, that the company put on the bike. And then so I have a washer behind here, because this is round. This bar is rounded. This one's actually flattened. It's meant for the battery to be mounted on, so it's a flat surface. But so I had to put washers behind that to have a flat surface, so this doesn't move around, because it was kind of wobbly before I did that. So I have that Allen key there. Then I have two self tappers right there. So I just had to basically just tap that into the frame, so that is stabilizing the top part. So that's the same exact way this is. There's two holes here and one back there for that, and then but it's meant for the frame and how that's made. So I just had to make my own holes right there, that's all. So but works perfectly fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that battery back. Okay, and now I'm going to show you the connections for the battery. So this is important as well because I had to figure this out and do some splicing. So let's take a look. Okay, so right here, this is the connections for the battery, and I'm going to show you how I connected this. So right here, this cable, this is going to the new battery, right? This is the stock battery, and that cable goes right here directly to this, which is the cable. I'm going to show you that. Just pull that out and it looks like that. So that's the cable that you want to have. You need to be able to plug into the controller, so you need that end right there. And so I have that as well. So this is going to the other battery, the aftermarket battery. And so if you can see right here, this is a splice where, because the end of this cable was not compatible with this cable, and so this is actually a converter cable specifically made for the RadPower bike, and I'm going to put a link in the description for this. It's on Bolton e-bike website, and I got this. It's like 15 bucks. Definitely worth it because it's going to be the key to allow you to use aftermarket batteries and then to connect them. You can actually get a cable that will connect this to that cable, and there's connections for it, but I would have had to get it in the mail or wait for it in the mail, so I just decided to splice it. And I would just say, if you do that, the only thing is you want to make sure that the gauges for each wire are similar. They don't have to be the same, but they should be similar. Like if this is thick, this should be fairly thick as well, like when you're splicing it together, you know. But if it's too if it's really thin, if you're trying to splice something that's really thin to a wire that's really thick, you know, that won't really work probably, you know. And so, but I haven't had any problems. It's worked perfectly fine, and I'm experiencing a little bit more power from having the 52 volts, so that's been helpful. So, and then I have this little bag here. If you see this little bag right here, and what I do is when this is plugged in, this is the aftermarket battery plug because it's a little longer, and I just plug it. I just throw it in there for weather purpose, and then this actually keeps like a little screwdriver, you know, tire gauge, tape, and like maybe an Allen key. So that's that. And so, all right, that is the battery connection. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys this really quick because this pertains to the battery, the aftermarket battery that I installed, and this is pretty significant, something that I had to work out, which if you notice right here, this right here is the step-through spot. Okay, so if you notice, my foot is just pretty much fits, and even with my shoes on, it goes right across there. So that is convenient that I didn't lose that step through, because honestly, I tried it when I had the battery all the way on and putting my foot all the way over. I mean, I knew I was going to be having problems with my leg. I even wish that the step through was lower than that, because, you know, I'm still don't want to even step that high, but you know, it's the step through for the bike. It's like a half step through, if you want to say. So that is the other thing I wanted to point out for that worked out really well to install that battery where it is. So cool, just wanted to mention that. All right. Okay, so right now what I'm going to do is show you guys how I built this cage. So basically right here I have a conduit box, and there's two screws right here that actually go into the frame. There's two holes that are meant for that. These are actually for a rack that's made by RadPower bikes you can get for $200 if you want to spend that. So I decided I wanted to make my own. So this box is secure with these screws and a nut on the back and I tightened that up. Then I have this conduit, these fittings and elbows that go all the way to the back and wrap around to the other side. And the back has the same box here on the same holes, because the back side has the same thing. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at that really quick. So we have the box here, this side, and then this cage, pretty much the same thing with these elbows. This is a T, another T right here, which allows me to have a bar that goes across and to go up. And I'll show you guys that in a second. And then here, I want to just show you this, where I have these LEDs and you can see that it's in a square, right? So what's cool is that at night, these solar lights, they light up and they kind of like, they look like flames. That's what those little slots are. They're like flames. And it looks like, you know, it's like got eyes and a mouth. It looks pretty interesting. And so I was going to put teeth inside the little square there, and just to make it funny. And then as you can see here, there is bumblebees on the cage that go around, and then it goes to a solar panel that just, it'll light up at night. So that is also the significance of this, which is the fact that this has sunflowers on it. And I didn't even plan that, but I just bought that at Walmart. And so I thought that was funny because I named the bike Bumblebee, and so that is the name of the bike. And so what I do is I use this as extra hot bag to help with pizzas, like large pizzas that I can put on the top here, my hot bag, which I have to kind of put the flap over halfway, and then put this over on this side, and then I put a bungee cord that goes around. So that's all you got to figure that out. This is a little plastic lid that I just have here, and you know, I just kind of make sure that this is stabilized with these little plastic things that twist, and then this part secures up on the top and just sort of squeezes in to where that seat is. So these are actually two seats that you can have two kids or small adult, 150 pounds or less. And I'll put a link in the description for that, because I actually did install these, and they're not like made for this bike, but I had to improvise with this. And half of it is installed with the screws properly. The other half, it has large zip ties that are holding it down, but I've found that it's very secure. If anybody needs me to do a tutorial on that, I can do that, so let me know. And so this is right here gonna be, this is my backpack where I secure. This is how I leave my backpack outside, like if I go into Target or whatever, and I lock it up outside. So I'll leave the backpack, and I feel fine about that. So I have locks on all the zippers, so nobody can really open it. You'd have to cut it open, I guess. And then I have this security lock that goes around the frame and through the basket here, and I have a lock that goes on that. And this has these little, you know, 3 loops that you have to cut through to cut that off. So, you know, just an extra security measure. I don't really have anything of too much value in there ever, so you got to make sure you have that worked out. This is this is actually for selfie stick. So this actually is something you can buy at Home Depot with the conduit. It's in the conduit section, and this is compatible with this, because see these screw holes for this cover. I just took that cover off, and I put this plate on there. So now I can just, you know, do that, boom. And this is, I'm actually filming with the selfie stick, so that's what that is right there. So I can do that at different angles. And then I have the one right here. This is a GoPro mount that's on the bottom half. So, and I can adjust this up and down if I can move this pole around. And so yeah, that's basically it right there. And I'll give you the full view here of this side where you can see the LEDs going around to the battery there. And so that's pretty much it as far as everything on the bike. That you can see I have another delivery bag right here, and it's zip tied on there. I used to use that to carry food before I was using this. I don't really ever use this, almost ever, because I don't really need to. These are foot pegs right here. So there's 4 of them, and they're about $17 a piece. So that's the alternative to the running boards, which is like $200 if you buy that from Rad. So, you know, it'd be kind of cool to have a running board, I guess, all the way across, but you know, all you need is some foot pegs, and then you can put those up and out of the way. So 17 bucks for a pair of those. I'll put that link in the description for that. And yeah, all right, that's it pretty much. And I would just say, guys, you just got to make sure when you're out there doing deliveries, preparation is key. All the stuff that you need, I mean, you got to make sure, like, I need this charger to be charged. That's important, because I you know, if I don't, it's livable, but you know, I'm not prepared if I don't have that. If any of the batteries aren't charged, I've accidentally woken up and I didn't even charge the battery, and then I just lost half a day, you know. So it's all the preparation involved. You know, I have this cup holder here. I have one on the other side down below there, as you can see, that kind of down there, and then I actually have the cup holder that's right there where that Cane's cup is, and that holds my bottle of water and stuff. So just more options there. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. And then what I'm going to do is show you guys a picture of this is actually what here we go. This is the frame that I'm going to be using, so get a good view of that. So this is actually what sits on top of here. So these 4 pegs, actually take these off. That's just for decoration for now. And then these 4 pegs right here fit into there. So it looks like this. I'm going to show you guys a picture. Okay guys, so here is a full view of the bike from the side, and this is pretty much what it looks like. And there we go. I got the cage on top there now, and just for demonstration purposes. And so now I'm going to show you this. There's the last thing, but important for this trip that I'm planning to go on. So here is my trailer with my lockbox. So here we go. Let's bring this over there to the bike. So basically, I'm going to show you right here. Take this off, and this is actually a spot where I put it. So that's actually where this foot peg was. So I actually have to have that on top of this, the way it works. So to have the foot peg that's still on there, and have this as well. So I just have this with the nuts that I needed on there, with the bolt. And I've used it a couple times. It works pretty well. I've taken it on the trail, on the light trail, the Santee trail, and it's held up. So I'm like confident that when I go out, so it basically just attaches right there, and it has, like, you know, it pivots. It has like a spring pivots there. This is a security lock that locks the box, and even this lock to wherever I lock it to. Like right now I'm locking it to that pole over there, and I would be locking this to the frame. If I go out, this is going to lock to the frame. And so yeah, this utility box, I bought this because it is it's 32 inches wide from this side to that side over there, and basically it pretty much the reason why I did that was because I needed to have enough space for a guitar. So I found a guitar that will fit in this space right here. You can see this, you know, about from here all the way over to there. And so I'm planning to bring a guitar with me. A fairly cheap guitar. It's probably like $150, $200, but it's small enough to fit in here. So I will actually have a guitar with me on the trip and some equipment, you know, that I'm gonna keep that's a little more valuable than, you know, stuff that I want to keep safe in that. So yep, that is basically it, guys. So here is a pretty much a full view of everything here, the trailer and the bike itself. So all right, I think that's basically it. And so thanks for tuning in, guys, and I hope that this helps anyone out there that is looking to upgrade their e-bike. And you know I went a little crazy with this, but I'm going all gung-ho so I can be ready to take my trip to up the coast off-grid with the solar panels, having everything I need, you know, to go camping and doing all this stuff that I want to do, social media, documenting the trip with the GoPro, all that stuff. So stay tuned for more, and definitely give me a like if you got something from this video. And so again, guys, can't express this enough, preparation is key to have success out there. So the more prepared you are, the more you have everything you need for anything that can come at you with deliveries, then you are going to be able to kill it and make that money that most people can't make, which is really making the $25 to $35 or even more mark, you know, an hour. So that is your goal, is to be in that category where you're actually making that money. So I hope that I can help you guys do that, and my plan is to do it myself. So appreciate you guys, and don't forget to subscribe, as I'm going to have more material coming soon, and it'll be sharing a lot about how I can help you guys with the knowledge that I have from doing bike delivery in San Diego downtown, specifically for the last 2 years. So I have a lot of experience. So I hope that this could help anybody else that's on a bike, that's doing DoorDash and Uber Eats, and that wants to do some upgrades to their bike so that they can pretty much have unlimited range for whatever they want to do and whatever work they want to do. So cool. Well, thanks for tuning in, and appreciate you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Later.